Good morning, Jeannie. Jeannie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Sitting here in the office, oddly.
What was that?
I haven't been in the office in so long, but I'm in the Roseville office.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
I should stop by just to meet you in person.
Oh, right. Sometimes I forget that I haven't actually met people in person.
I know, I do too, actually.
It's really, I would love that. I would love
I'm
that.
so close, and yeah, I think I'll do that.
Sorry, I'm checking a setting here. The meeting is already recording, so I was going to pause the recording, but I'm not the host, so I can't.
Okay.
They're just going to have to like clip us out. Let's see, there's 4 people here now. I would love to have videos on so that I can see people. Hi, Chad.
Good morning. How's it going?
How are you?
I am good.
Awesome.
Hey, Jeannie.
Hello.
Yeah, we're considering Command, moving everything over to Command. It's just not.
Ooh.
It's not super KW commercial friendly. However, I think there's a lot of attributes that we can maybe use. So I just wanted to kind of
Yeah.
check it out.
See what might translate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Now, are you on Chad's team?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I thought so.
Director of Ops.
No, she's not on my team. She's the she's the glue that holds our team together.
Everyone needs it.
She's our rock star director of operations.
Sweet. I'm the glue that holds our team together too.
Love it.
And Julie's in New York, so her family moved there from Minnesota, so she's supporting us out in New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's exciting.
It is. Maybe
Hi,
not in the
Gabby.
middle of a pandemic, but it's good.
Yeah, right. Right, it is 9 a.m. So we're just going to jump in. So I am Jen Minder with New American Funding, and I'm going to talk to you today about Smartplans. So Heather was kind enough to share her command with me because hers is fully functional with texting capabilities and all of that. So I'm going to jump over to her command and use that for our training. So I'm going to start, when you're talking about Smartplans, there's a couple of background things that you need to look at first. One is your marketing profile and the other is your integrations. So both of those are found right under your drop-down menu in the top right here. So to go to your marketing profile, just to make sure that is all complete, you click on settings. And then we're going to go to, or not connect settings, not command settings, connect settings, and marketing profile. So here you're just going to want to make sure, I mean, really for any functionality, any of the apps that you're using within Command, you're going to want to go through and make sure that this is filled out as completely as possible. And if you have any questions about it as you go, feel free to reach out to me or to any of the leadership. So once you make sure that your marketing profile is complete, I'm not going to spend a lot of time there, but just want to show you where that is so that you can complete it if you need to. Then you're going to look at your integrations. So then I'm going to click on this drop down again and go to settings. And the very first settings it takes you to under general settings is your integrations. So these are all the applications that are integrated with Command to make it fully functional. So all of your connected apps come to the top. So you can see that Heather has DocuSign and Facebook and her Google Calendar and Gmail all connected. So that's really good. And if you don't, then you would just, yours would say connect account instead of disconnect account. You would just click on that and it would ask for your credentials and you're all up and running. Let's see, but the things that really matter for Smartplans that I'm going to make sure that you have connected are your Command email, because the email within the Smartplans runs on Command email. So you want to make sure that that is connected. And then if you click on Manage, you can see what the sender name is set up as and what the reply to email is. So anybody who replies to your whatever email goes out, you want to make sure that this is the email you want to have in there. If you have more than one, this drop down, well, I guess that is available. So you can click the drop down to see what other emails you have available in there. So make sure your Command email is set up, and Twilio was the other one. So if you do want to use, did she have that up here? Let's see, where did Twilio go? Facebook, Google, Gmail, Twitter, PySync, Office. Oh, there it is. No, that's Twitter. Where did Twilio go? Oh, it's at the very bottom. It moved. Okay. So they recently changed Twilio and they put it under messaging at the bottom here. So that is connected to, but doesn't go to the top apparently. So Twilio now has a new contract with KW that makes it a lot easier to sign up for and have a local number and to manage your usage, I should say. So I really highly recommend signing up for a Twilio account. And then again, you would just click manage and it shows exactly how much usage, where you're at with your usage, your phone number and things like that. And you can buy more credits if you need to. If you find you're not using as many credits, you can lower your subscription, but that's all found right under Manage Twilio. Any questions about that so far? All right, then I'm going to jump into the Smartplans part. So if some of you don't know, if you click on the red square up here, it brings out all the names of these apps, which when you're first getting started is super helpful to learn what these icons mean. So Smartplans is right here. So I'm going to click on that. And at the top, you'll see there's My Smartplans and Library. So if you have not used any Smartplans yet, then it defaults to My Smartplans. This is going to be empty. You're not going to see anything in the list here. So what you need to do in order to use a Smart Plan, it has to be under My Smartplans. So you have to take it out of the library. So we're going to start in the library. And I'm going to give you just a quick overview of what's in here. So you'll see that Keller Williams has 10 Smart Plans originally loaded, and each one is identified with a card. They all have the same layout as far as the name and description, the rating of it. It has the steps, how many steps are included, how long it lasts, and how many touches to your client are included in that Smart Plan. So 3 steps. If you want to see what those steps are, you can just click on View Steps, and you can see the first step is an email. 14 days later, the delay is considered a step. It repeats. So basically, It's just every 2 weeks it sends an email, which is the biweekly neighborhood nurture. So you can look at each plan and kind of see how each one is laid out. So now top rated, here are 50 top rated smart plans. So the number of smart plans available to you after Mega Camp became exponential. It just blew up. So there's a ton of stuff in here. I personally think the 555 is fantastic. So I would definitely look at that. Well, let's just look at that. I'll click view steps. So Fred Moore created this. So these are just made by other agents now, and they're able to publish them for other people within here, which is super cool. So you start with a phone call. 30 days later, you have a touch. And then he has a sample of what that contact could be. If you hover over it, where did it go? Connect with, contact first name. On social media and interaction, remember in the digital world, likes are like high fives, while comments are similar to virtual hugs. Always give a compliment and ask a question. The goal is to pursue an exchange. Good advice. You come down here and it gives options for texts. So really nice way. It's kind of like an amped up quarterly contact. What was it? Quarterly call. I forget what the other smart plan was called, quarterly something. But this just has a few more steps included, which I really like, and that it includes social media is awesome. So yeah, just go through and explore what's in here and see what you like, knowing that any of them can be edited, and we'll talk about that. So then there's what's new at the bottom. Now there's 50 under what's new. And you can see some of these are brand new, like they don't have any rating yet. There's only 2 agents using it. They're really quite new. But there's always going to be, and then you can scroll over to see the rest of them. So anyway, lots of things in here to explore. So we can't obviously explore all of them. And there's a training coming up in a couple of weeks that's going to help you do a Facebook campaign. And so what we really wanted to focus on in this class is to set up a follow-up plan for your Facebook leads so that when you run a campaign and those leads come in, you know what to do with those. You have a plan set up and ready to go so that you can manage those leads and not waste them. So, so I'm going to, there's one in here I really like under top rated, and it's the very first one here, 60-60 Challenge 4.0 Facebook lead follow-up plan. So Marty Miller, if you guys ever have done the 60-day challenges or 60-60 challenges, those are great. That's Marty Miller, and he made this smart plan. So if you hadn't used it before, you would say add smart plan. And when you do that, it's going to show up under my smart plans once you add it. So Heather already has it added right here. All right. So let's just look at those steps. I'm going to open that up. And you can see it starts with a text. Hey, contact first name. Thanks for clicking on the home I recently posted on Facebook. This is Marty Miller with Keller Williams. Obviously, it would default to your name because it's a merge field. Did you have any questions? In case you're like me and occasionally forget what you clicked on, let me know and I'll send you the direct link to the home you clicked on so that you can check it out again. So it starts with that text, and then 1 day later, you get a task to do a phone call. 1 day later, if you have Twilio set up, an automatic text will go out. Hey Joe, it's Marty with KW. I realize it might be difficult to view a home in person due to the current situation. I won't read the whole thing, but you can see it just follows up with more texting. 2 days later, another text. 1 day later, another text. 1 day later, add to a smart plan. This is the monthly neighborhood nurture, MNN. So then you add them to a smart plan, and then monthly they're receiving an email from you with market information on whatever neighborhood you have assigned to them in their profile. So that's a whole nother smart plan. 2 days later, send them another text. 3 days later, on it goes. Okay, so it's relentless, which is the goal. And then at the end of it, you add them to a long-term neighborhood, sorry, not a long-term neighborhood nurture, a long-term, oh, I forgot what that acronym is, a long-term touch anyway. Let's look at it, LTN. I'm gonna go over to the library. There's a, oh, midterm nurture and long-term nurture. LTN is long-term nurture. All right, so those are the steps. I'm gonna buzz right over here. So she's got, there's 12 touches. She has nobody assigned to it yet. If we come over here, you can edit the plan, or you can put people on the plan. First, I'm gonna look at, and you can also delete the plan. Or publish it or copy it. If you want, let's say you want to keep it as Marty had it in your library, but then you want to make changes as well to it, you can click copy. I'm going to hit, just leave it. You can rename it if you want. But otherwise, so now you have two in here. You've got the original and the copy. So then if you're afraid of making changes, you can just edit the copy. So I click the little pencil to open it up. And so here's the editing mode of a smart plan. So this looks the same as if you were to make a custom smart plan, build it yourself. This is the same screen, same area. So here you can see all the details. So let's say that first text, you didn't really care for some of the verbiage, or you would have said it differently. You can just come in here and edit that text. If you want to add a different merge field, you can come in here and add agent last name or somebody's birthday, or any of these fields you can add into your text, and that will pull that text in from your database directly into the text, so that you don't have to personalize them one by one. If you want to change the order of anything or delete anything, you can click on these. So this will delete that step. This will move the step down a day. So you can change the order of things. You can move it up a day. You can change the number of delays. So anyway, basically, you can come in and make any changes that you want to this smart plan. And then you would just click save when you're done. All right, so I'm gonna click back here. Okay. All right, so here's my list again. I have my original and my copy. So let's say I made my changes. I edited this version to the way I wanted it, and I saved my changes. Now I want to put some of my contacts on it. So there's a couple of ways to do that. I'm going to click on this one just because it happens to be the easiest right now. It's the screen I'm on. So you can just add a contact right from here. You can add all of your contacts, put everybody on this plan. You can search by a specific name. You can search by a tag. Let's say you want to put all of your buyers on that smart plan. You can do that. So that's a really nice and easy way. But I do believe you can only put 50 contacts on a smart plan at a time. So let's say you do say select all. It's only going to grab 50 at a time. So that's something to consider as you're adding people to the smart plan. The other thing I wanted to show you is, let's say I'm going to add these first three. I'm going to say add to smart plan. I hope I'm not messing anything up in Heather's. I'm not actually going to start it, but I wanted to show you this screen. So you can start everybody immediately at the same time, like it'll start today, or you can schedule it out and you can say, I want to start everybody that I selected on whatever day you choose. You can schedule it out, or you can stagger it. So maybe you're putting 100 people on a smart plan, and that's a lot to manage as you're, going day by day. Maybe you want to just have 5 people per day on a smart plan. Oh, I only selected 3. That's why it only goes up to 3. But however many you want per day, you can add in there. So that's a nice feature, especially for things like a quarterly call plan where, you know, it does involve a lot of time on your part. Let's see. No, I did not put them on it. So I just want to show you another way that you can add people to a smart plan. So that was from the smart plan going to pulling in my contacts. But if you're in your contacts, again, I'm going to click this red square. Contacts are right here. If I'm on this side of it, she has a lot of contacts. So it's going to take a moment to pull in. So let's say we pull this person up and we want to put him on a smart plan. You can edit the contact here, archive him, or put him on a smart plan. And there you go. There, see, this pulls up my smart plans only, not the whole library. So if you want to use a smart plan, make sure it's in your smart plans. Let's see. So let me look at my notes, see if I missed anything important or at all. Okay, I do want to show you, I'm going to jump back to smart plans quick, right here. So I showed you how to edit a smart plan, but you can also create your very own smart plan starting from scratch. So if I click create up here, you can call this whatever you want. And it just brings you to a blank screen. And you can grab the steps. You can set the delays. Notice there's a little click here with tons of, or not tons, but a nice concise list of rules to follow and things to know about creating your own smart plan. So that's helpful to just glance over before you do that. But yeah, you can just build your own. You can name it right up here if you want to edit the name. You can put people on it right here and it'll pull up your database. So that's very similar to editing an existing smart plan. It's just starting with a blank slate. Okay, so I guess going back to the goal of this particular training is you want to make sure that you have a follow-up lead plan in your smart plans. So if you haven't already, make sure you go to the library. Again, I recommend the Marty Miller one, but there's a Nick Baldwin one in here. I think I can just search by, if I go Nick Baldwin, let's see, oh, filter. So yeah, if I search on Nick Baldwin, then this one comes up. This one is, I would definitely look through all the steps of this one, and I would definitely make sure you're editing those steps because there's a lot involved in that. It's not just a click and go smart plan. It's a little more, quite a bit more advanced than Marty Miller's, which is why I'm focusing on that one in this training more than Nick Baldwin's. Okay, so you want to make sure you take that out of the library by finding it down here and clicking Add Smart Plan. Once you do that, it'll show up here. And then if you have people in your database, namely, make sure you are in your database. If you're not, please add yourself as a contact so that you can put yourself on a smart plan, and then you get to see how that looks from the user's end. I always recommend doing that before you roll out any new smart plan to your clients. Roll it out to yourself first so that you can see how does that show up in the email? How does that show up in a text? Do I like how that looks? Do I like how that sounds? It's really different looking at it as a user's perspective or a client's perspective. So if you haven't, add yourself as a contact and then put yourself or maybe somebody close to you, maybe a spouse or a good friend on a smart plan so that you can get their feedback. So I would definitely recommend putting somebody on a smart plan by the end of this training or today after the training. The last thing I want to say about this is, so a couple of weeks from now, when you're in the campaigns class and you learn how to run a campaign and leads come in, you want to know what to do with those leads, right? So I'm going to talk about how to customize your homepage and set up your notifications so that you don't miss any leads. So I'm on the home screen here. When you log into Command, this is where you are. And you can customize it to look however you want. So if I click Customize Home, over here on the left, you get to pick whatever widgets you want to show up. And then over here, you get to put them in the order that's important to you. So Heather, I apologize. I don't want to mess up your home screen, but we'll put it back after the training. So let's say we're not going to do database health and designs and notepad and playbook. Let's say those aren't important to you right now. And I want to focus on leads first and foremost. I just grab this leads box over here. I'm going to move tasks. All right, I'm going to move products up. You might have to apparently play around with it a little bit. Tasks and leads are what I think are most important. If I were an agent, this is what I would want at the top of my screen, tasks and leads. Lead notifications seem to be a little bit different. I think that might be team related because I've tested that out and that doesn't seem to have the same information as leads. So if you're wondering which one has, it seems like leads notifications would be the better one, but really leads is the way to go. So I'm going to click apply and you'll see how that changes her home screen. So now right here, recent leads, 20 minutes ago, this lead came in, 39 minutes ago, 11 hours ago. So this is a really easy way to see your leads. And then the tasks are equally important because when you have people on a smart plan, you're going to have tasks set up that you want to make sure you don't miss. So remember that Kelly, I'm going to jump to talking about Kelly briefly here. Kelly is your mobile version of Command. So you want to make sure that you have your Kelly notifications set up, persistent notifications in your settings so that you, get pinged every time a new lead comes in. You don't miss it. So just go to your settings, whatever kind of phone you have, go into the app and go into the notifications of Kelly and change that to persistent notifications. Banner, persistent, whatever is, dings, bells, turn it all on. So any questions about anything I covered? We're not even a half hour in, so either I talked too fast or was just very concise. I would be happy to answer questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
So when these leads come in, then when you set them up on a smart plan, do they go away or do you have to uncheck them as leads? Because they just sit there.
So they come in as a lead. What are you wondering if you have to?
Yeah, yesterday I started following up with a bunch of these people. I was basically just calling them and then, but I kept having to go through the list. So I don't know how to get them off of this lead thing after contacting them. Once you put them on a plan, do they go away or do you
okay. So I see what you're saying. So the smart plan, sorry, Lisa, it took me a second. So the smart plan is set up assuming that you are, maybe they haven't reached back out. You're trying to get their attention and that takes many tries. I've heard 7, is 7 or more it takes for somebody to respond. So once they respond, then it's up to you to yes. Okay, depending on what their what that communication is, what that conversation sounds like, then that's up to you to decide how to proceed. Obviously, if they reach out midway through the smart plan and they say, yeah, I'm ready to list my home, or I would love to find out what my home is worth, or whatever they say, then it wouldn't make sense 2 days later to say, hey, I haven't heard from you, so you do have to be diligent about staying on top of those leads, which is all the more reason you want to have them show up first and foremost, on your home screen with your tasks so that you're always staying on top of those. So I really think calendar, what do you call that when you do the calendar, time blocking time blocking is so important with this. If you're time blocking this right away in the morning and just updating, have you heard from anybody? If so, what's the best next step for them? Maybe it's putting them on a neighborhood nurture. Maybe it's putting them on a quarterly call plan. Maybe it's moving them to a different, or maybe it's putting them in your opportunities. Maybe it's become an opportunity. So does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Any other questions?
I have a specific question. I'll just
Jeannie, you're super quiet. Let me
I've
see
been
if I
having,
can,
is that better?
a little bit, and I turned mine up too. Yes, go ahead.
I've been having audio issues. I have a new laptop coming.
It's all right. I can hear you now.
Okay, very good. I'll use a specific example. Let's say you set up a smart plan just for birthday reminders, and you put it for all of your contacts. Obviously, if you don't have a birth date in there, that client it would just bypass it, correct?
Correct.
Now, let's say you later on, you add the birth date. Would that contact still be in your smart plan and then automatically update, or do you have to physically add them?
That is my understanding, although I have not actually tried that. But that would be a very easy thing to test, to put in somebody with a birth date of tomorrow. Just put a fake contact in with the birthday of tomorrow.
Okay.
Or actually don't put them on a smart plan without the birthday. And then add the birthday and see if it works. See if you get, yeah, that's what I would try. But that's my understanding of how it is supposed to work. But until I've actually seen it and done it, it's a little bit different.
All right, thank you.
So I'm just going to jump over to the library and see if the birthday one changed at all. So I came down to the birthday smart plan because so much has changed in here. I'm just curious. So it starts with, 6 days, 6 steps, 4 touches, which the 4 touches are optional. I don't think you want to wish people a happy birthday 4 times. But anyway, so yeah, 4 days later, you get prompted to call them. 1 day later, interaction. So maybe that's Facebook or a text. So nothing automatically is going out. It's all a reminder. But you're not going to get that reminder that their birthday is in 4 days unless there's a birthday in there. So I guess if you're testing it, you would want to put it a little further out.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right. Well, if you do have any questions later, you can always reach out to me. I'm happy to help, as is, let me stop share so that I can actually see your faces. Yeah, I'm happy to help, so reach out anytime with any questions. And if you have any buyers, Matt and I are always happy to do pre-approval, so please keep us in mind. We love doing that too. All right, take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You.